Welcome back, everybody. So we're going back to Glamrock Bonnie again for another video. I just wanted to point out some environmental storytelling that I think is going on here at the Monty ride in Ruin. First of all, I think it's intriguing that we don't know what this area would look like without the AR inhibitor. And so since we don't get to see that, I think the reason that the cardboard cutout of Bonnie, the second one here, is shown is to give us the explanation of what we're supposed to take away from that. Like, what's the point of even showing us that if there's no, like, lore relevance to it? And so what I want to point out is that I think there actually is lore relevance to this, and it's been sitting here in plain sight all this time. So specifically, this last part of the ride, where Monty is blasting some tunes, and you can just see like water flying out of the guitar. It sends Bonnie flying. There's like a whole bunch of things going on. But specifically for Glamrock Bonnie, what's important is this water that's flying out is like almost like a tornado, or you could even argue like a hurricane, which begs the question, is this detail perhaps showing us what's happening to Bonnie? The reason I say that is because the cardboard cutout here of all this water is the same exact water that you see over the catwalks in Gator Golf area of Security Breach. And the reason the water coming out of there is so important is because it reminds me so specifically of the hole-in-one hurricane. And so if the water there is representative of a hurricane, it's definitely calling us back to this spot, which is also the same spot that Monty has fallen from multiple times and taken a lot of damage that look very similar to Glamrock Bonnie's damage. So there's a whole story to go with this. In my opinion, it's very clearly showing us Bonnie was pushed off from this area. And in my previous video, I go over how I think it's staff bots that are the ones that did Bonnie in. But you could also argue if Monty is under Vanessa's control at that point, he could totally be the one that pushed Bonnie off of there. It doesn't seem likely though, just due to some of the other facts I mentioned in that video. But what we do know for sure is that the staff bots are really aggressive and they've pushed animatronics off of high places. It's almost like they were foreshadowing this information for us. And so essentially what happened to Bonnie is he's up on the catwalks for some reason or other. I don't know if he's possessed, I don't know if someone else is using him for something, but essentially Vanny wants him decommissioned. And so the staff bots, or Monty, whoever you think, pushes him off of the catwalks. And then we see that he gets back up because Help Wanted 2 shows us him standing up with that first dose of damage. So he was very heavily wounded, but then the staff bots finish him off, and that's why we see pieces of staff bots literally wedged into like his arm and chest area because he was attacked by staff bots once he fell to the ground. And I don't really see why they would need Monty to do that, but I will give you that it's perfectly just as viable that it's Monty. I'm not saying it's only staff bots, it's just, to me, that's what makes the most sense. And I truly think that this environmental storytelling is just showing us, oh hey, so pay attention to this because this is actually what happened to Glamrock Bonnie. So they're giving us that Fazbear's explanation of what happened, but then they're giving us, the actual person playing the game, the actual clues as to what happened. And so I think that's what it's trying to tell us. But as always, I really want to know what you all think because I could be totally connecting things that aren't supposed to be connected. But I feel like it's important, so I just want to at least share it with you. All right, everybody, that's all I've got. Thank you again. Thanks for everyone that's talked on the channel or subscribed or just whatever you've like commented. I just love reading all the comments and stuff, and it's like, even if it's not your cup of tea, it's really nice to have you there. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here, thank you for subbing, and take care, everybody.